Hello, and welcome to Trading Without Fear. Good day, everyone. So here are my trades for August 11th, 2022. So today I was looking at what the overall trends was on the Qs and the rest of the overall market. Looking back at the 3-month 1-day time frame on the Qs, it looks like we had a nice clean breakout over this area and it started topping off around this range. And we had a breakout of that range this morning. So when it started kind of fading down during this area right here, started making lower highs, uh, my thought process was that, we're just been up so much over the past, several days, and, we're going to have some sort of a pullback. So I ended up going short on the Qs. Strike price was a $324 strike. So I ended up getting into it at 8 contracts at 63 cents and got all 8 contracts off at $1.10. So that's a pretty good percent gain right there. 12% on the Qs was 74%, so $376 profit. The next one was VERU. My thought process was on this one was it typically doesn't really hold its gains very well. It was also starting to make a fade pattern like the Qs was. So I ended up going short on this one. Strike price was $15 and got in uh, 8 contracts at 80 cents. And ended up taking a loss when it started coming down in this area, started retracing that VWAP level. I've just been sideways all day. I don't know why bubbles aren't pulling up now, but I ended up being in uh, I ended up getting in at strike price. I believe it was $15 with an 80 cent area that I was looking at. So, but anyways, that one was a loss. Total loss on VERU was 25%, $120. And then with the Qs going down, I started noticing that AMD had a similar type of a, topping action pattern when it started coming down and, bouncing off this VWAP and just kept making lower highs and lower highs. I thought perhaps we could actually break down below the support level right here and, kind of crack down below VWAP. And so I ended up going short on AMD at the 99 strike. Um, so there we go. So I got 8 contracts in at 33 cents, scaled out of the trade, took 4 contracts off at 54 cents, and then 4 contracts off at 62. So that was a total of a 63 and 87% profit. So that trade was pretty good. And then with the same pattern was just seeing of how NVIDIA was starting to, form the same type of weakness as the Qs and AMD. So I ended up going short right around this candle right here at 8:51, nearly 9 o'clock. The strike price was 177.50. So I got 8 contracts in at 43 cents, scaled out the trade, took 2 contracts off at 68, 2 more contracts off at 69, and the 4 contracts off at 77. So that was also a nice trade. SPY. Similar pattern again to the rest of them. Just seems like it was getting toppy. Looks like there's a clear level of support that if it cracked down, it ended up failing. So I got into the SPY at a $418 strike. And so I got 6 contracts in at 49 cents. So 6 contracts at 49, scaled out, took 4 contracts off at 81, and then 2 contracts off at 90. So that trade worked out pretty nicely. Total profit on that one was 65 and 83%. And I decided to get into the Qs again, just thinking I was going to be topping out around this area right here. It looked like it was making some lower highs. So I ended up getting back into it at the 320 strike, anticipating just a little bit more downside price action. So I ended up getting 9 contracts at 37 cents, got stopped out at 28 cents. And even though the thesis was correct, I was just a little bit early on that trade. It would have worked out if I would have just wait a little bit longer, buy around this area where it's starting to top out, and that 70% would have been easy to get, but that's okay. Took a small loss. Total loss on that one was 24.32%, $81 in total. And the last trade that I took today was SIGA. What I was looking at was a continuation breakout over these candles right here. So when I got the alert, I ended up buying into it. A $30 strike price, got 3 contracts on at 70 cents and took them off at 95. I was anticipating at least 70% profit on that, but as it's starting to get closer to the end of the day and I just don't really see this pushing up, there's just not a lot of volume, I end up cutting it for 35% profit, so $75 on that trade. So total amount today was $898 profit on the day. And there was 7 trades, 2 of them failed, the rest were profitable. So a couple of lessons on today is when I'm starting to see patterns that have likeness to each other, they're all forming similarly, is to divide the capital amongst those patterns and let the trades work out. Same thing with the long side, that if I'm seeing a lot more ABCD patterns, they have a higher chance of working. If I'm starting to see a lot less ABCD patterns, but there's more downside action, let's say what I call a fade pattern or a descending triangle, that has a higher chance of working as well. So that's pretty much my thesis today, was a little bit more downside just from the overall Qs, the price action of how the Qs were trading, and just how we're kind of up the top right now of where that breakout channel is still, trying to be tested, still trying to act as its support. So tomorrow I'll be looking at, potential more downside on the Qs. The support area that's been holding for the past couple of days has failed. So tomorrow I'm looking for a little bit more downside and see if we can fade back down a little bit more. So that's pretty much it for today. Hopefully you guys traded really well, and we'll catch you next time.